Hi everyone, this is Jasmine Desai, and today I'm going to take a small session on public speaking. So let us see how do we go about it. Okay, here I have to share my screen with you to give you a better clarity about what is public speaking and how do we do it. So yeah, this is it. Okay, so now first we have to understand what is public speaking. So today I'm going to speak a little bit about public speaking and basically what we have. So the contents that I'm going to speak about is what is basically public speaking, what is the evolution or how did public speaking come into this scenario, and generally how you have to prepare before giving a public speak or a public speaking skills. Okay, and also how to present a public speak public what we can speaking, a few do's and don'ts that you have to always remember, and how do you speak in a business world. So let's move ahead and start with the session. Okay, now firstly, the most important thing, like what is public speaking? Basically, what do we understand by this? Now, public speaking, it's a process. I know it's an art of making a speech in front of or in before an audience. Like when you go on a stage where you know there's a lot of gathering and you speak about a particular topic. After that, okay, now let me read you the definition. The process of speaking to a group of people in a structured, deliberate manner intended to inform, influence, or entertain the listeners. So it's not like you just stand in front of the public and you can speak out anything. Basically, your speak has to be well-mannered. It has to be have a structure. And also generally it's done because you want to inform, influence, or entertain a particular group of people. Okay, so that is what is public speaking. Now moving ahead. Now, how did this, public speaking came into the scenario? How did it evolve? Basically, it's a development of democracy and Athens gave birth to sophism. Now, what happened? Democracy started in Athens, this Greek, and slowly it gave birth to sophism. Now, what is sophism? It gave birth to lots of logical reasoning that leads to arguments. Like we know about this person, like Socrates, who always urged the younger generations to keep on questioning. It's not like your elders or seniors will say something and you just buy that. So he started encouraging people to ask a lot of questions, and this is how these arguments, this giving of logic came into the scenario. Now, in order to pursue people, the art of rhetoric or oratory developed. That's how this entire thing came into the scenario. The orator, like how nicely you can speak in front of a group of people, how well you can give your logic, and it started developing. That's from Athens, Greece. Okay, so hope this part is clear, right? Okay. Now we have a few rules of public speaking by Aristotle. Now, what is it? Now, the three important factors of public speaking is ethos, that is credibility of the speaker, how nicely you can take up your audience, how nicely you can convince them, logos. Now, logical arrangement of words or sentences. Now, you stand in front of your audience and you are just, telling something out of context. It's not logically based. We know that the audience cannot buy that. They will be looking for logic. So that is the next point or the next pillar of public speaking, that is logos. After that, we have pathos. Now, what is pathos? Ability to create connection between the speaker and the audience. When you can relate with your audience, that is what is pathos. You can do that by giving examples from your personal experience, and you can say, okay, this is the thing, I have even gone through it, and how nicely you can take them into that emotional connection is being formed. Okay, so these are the three what we can say pillars of public speaking, right? Okay, moving ahead. Now, Cicero's 5 canons of rhetorics. Rhetorics, we know, art of speaking. So what is it? Invention, like when you started developing new ideas. Arrangement, creations of the structure, how nicely you can formulate your ideas. Style, the process of determining how to present an argument. You have to, suppose your argument is in mind, you have to know how to process it and give deliver it, right? The memory, we know it's a process of learning and memorizing the speech and making it natural. Like it's not good, suppose you are taking a paper and I'm reading, in front, okay, this is it, and this is it. So it doesn't look nice. So basically, when you prepare for a public speaking, better you know at least some things, like what speech you're going to give, rather than looking from the paper and narrating it like a robot, right? Now delivery. Effective use of voice and body language, like which is very, very important. Like, how nicely you are delivering it. What about the quality of your voice? It should not be too high, not too low. Neither, it should be too fast or too slow. Okay, and also your body language. Like if you're speaking in front of the public, you cannot, keep on adjusting your dress, your hair, and things like this. Just try to be natural and focus on your body language and try to maintain it, right? Moving ahead. Now, what are the modern elements of public speaking? Who? That is a communicator. Like right now I'm speaking here, so I am the communicator. Says what? Now, what message am I trying to give it to you? Like about what, how I'm trying to deliver it. In which channel? So what is the medium? Whether it's, I'm delivering it online, offline, in front of a lot of people. And also we have to take a note who's receiving it, which type of audience is hearing to you, so that you get an idea and you can connect with them. Suppose your audience is very sophisticated and you're talking a little bit lower compared to their behavior. So it's like they will feel bored and they'll think, no, this is not for us, something like this. And with what effect? So after listening to your speech, what effect is it making on them? Like, are they understanding? Where are they getting it? So these are the things you have to keep it in mind. These are all the elements of public speaking, which is important, right? So yeah, next, moving ahead. Now, the most important thing, how to prepare a public speech. So for that, what you have to do, things that precedes writing a speech. Now, if you're doing public speaking, obviously you have to write a speech, right? So what you have to do, the first one, meditate upon the topic. It's like you have to understand the topic. You have to do a research on it. You have to know the pros, cons, in and everything of the topic. Get various dimensions of the topic through your own experience. So that's like, you have to know like how well you can connect with, you can share your experience. Okay, you can consult famous scholars and their books. So if you can see an instance from a great scholar and net instance of them is great. You can consult the websites, and also you can have a discussion like with your friends. Maybe okay, you can say, okay, since I'm going to talk about, so they will give their inputs, and that's what you need to do before writing a speech. Okay, so next part, we move ahead. Introduction, body, and conclusion. Now, these are the three things for framing a speech. First, you have to start with the introduction part. Seconds come the body, like what you put inside it, and finally the conclusion. What can we understand from that? Okay, next. Now, introduction. When you start giving the introduction, gain attention in the opening. It can be done by humor, quotations, questions, songs. Introduction should indicate your topic. So now when you're starting with the introduction part, all these things can include, you can start with a humor, any famous quotations, you can start with a question, any kind of song, just to hook the audience. And your introduction should be such that it should give an indication about what are you going to speak in today's speech, right? So this is it. Next, in the body, elaborate the subject. You have to write about the subject in a very clear way. Division of the subject. You can divide the subject. Okay, so this is the first part, second part, and also emphasizes changes between the division. So you have to say, okay, now comes the next part. Okay, so now we are going to the third part, something like this, so that the listener is very clear. Okay, and put relevant examples to support your stand. You also have to put examples of like what you feel. Just can't stand there and give example. You have to give the example that supports your stand, like why you are saying if you have faced it, right? And finally comes the conclusion. What do you do then? In the conclusion, you restate the subject, right? Like you tell what subject are you going to speak about, and then you also summarize the key points. Finally, you have to summarize the overall topic in the conclusion part. Okay, this is the point, we have conclusion, this is the conclusion we have come upon, and also give a statement of the conclusion and the main message. Finally, what is the main message you wanted to deliver, and also the statement of the conclusion. Okay, so yeah, this is it. Hope you have found this session quite meaningful, and hope I could solve your query to at least to bits and pieces. So I will be coming more with such sessions. Till then, thank you so much. Bye. Have a good day.